Why do cultures across the world from islands to icy mountains, all speak of the same monsters? Creatures that defy science, but show up in ancient art, bones, and journals. What if these weren't legends, but warnings? Let's explore 8 terrifying mythical creatures that may have once walked the earth. 1. The Naklavi, the skinless horseman of the sea. Myth. From the Orkney Islands in Scotland comes a truly horrifying figure, the Naklavi, a skinless, horse-like demon with a human torso fused to its back. It spread disease, poisoned crops, and could only be stopped by fresh water. Reality. Scholars now believe this myth may have stemmed from real sightings of beached, decaying marine animals, possibly whales or large seals rotting, skinless, and grotesque in the moonlight. Combined with medieval fears of plague, the image took form. Evidence. Descriptions in 18th-century Scottish folklore manuscripts eerily matched the decomposed remains of basking sharks and unknown sea carcasses. 2. The Thunderbird, the sky's avenger. Myth. Indigenous tribes across North America from the Lakota to the Algonquin spoke of the thunderbird, a bird so large its wings created thunderclaps. It was said to bring storms and carry whales into the sky. Reality. Many paleontologists believe the thunderbird legend could have been inspired by sightings of teratorns, prehistoric birds with wingspans over 20 feet, which once lived in North America. Evidence. Fossils of Argentavis and Teratornis mariami have been unearthed in modern-day California. Even into the 1800s, newspapers like the Tombstone Epitaph reported giant bird sightings. 3. The Kappa, the river demon. Myth. In Japanese folklore, the Kappa is a small, reptilian creature with webbed hands, a turtle-like shell, and a water-filled depression in its head. It lures children to rivers and drowns them. Reality. Some theorists suggest these stories were used to scare children away from dangerous waters. But others connect Kappa legends to sightings of Japanese giant salamanders, massive, slimy creatures that can reach 5 feet long. Evidence. Scrolls from the Edo period show eerie illustrations of Kappa beside rivers resembling exaggerated versions of real salamanders, rarely seen due to their nocturnal habits. 4. The Manticore, the man-eating beast. Myth. Persian legend describes the manticore as having the body of a lion, a human face, and a tail of venomous spines. It devoured its victims whole, leaving no trace. Reality. The legend may have emerged from early encounters with tigers, which were unfamiliar and terrifying to Persian scribes. The human face could have been a misinterpretation of the tiger's expressive features. Evidence. Greek historians like Ctesias wrote of the manticore in 400 BCE. But later naturalists suggested it was likely a misidentified tiger, especially due to the tiger's known tendency to stalk silently and kill swiftly. 5. The Dragon, the fire breather. Myth. From Chinese dynasties to medieval Europe, dragons were feared and revered, serpentine giants that flew, hoarded treasure, and breathed fire. Some were divine, others were destroyers. Reality. Dragon myths may have been inspired by dinosaur fossils or the bones of large prehistoric mammals uncovered by ancient civilizations. Others believe massive crocodiles or monitor lizards fed the legends. Evidence. The Wuchenglong dinosaur fossils in China, long, serpentine bones were worshipped as dragon bones and ground into medicine. In Europe, Viking sagas also mention fire serpents in caves, which may have been volcanic activity interpreted as beasts. 6. The Bunyip, the swamp terror. Myth. From the Aboriginal legends of Australia, the bunyip was said to live in swamps and billabongs. It howled at night and devoured anyone who wandered too close. Descriptions vary: dog-faced, flippered, or even part bird. Reality. Some scientists believe the bunyip was based on memories of Diprotodon's giant wombat-like megafauna that went extinct over 40,000 years ago, but whose bones continue to emerge from the mud. Evidence. In 1845, a skull identified as a bunyip was displayed in the Australian Museum. Though lost today, multiple Aboriginal elders confirmed it resembled the creatures from their stories. 7. The Tikbalang, the trickster of the forest. Myth. In Filipino mythology, the Tikbalang is a tall humanoid with the head of a horse and long, spindly limbs. It lurks in forests, leading travelers astray and causing madness. Reality. The Tikbalang may have stemmed from early Spanish colonial encounters, misinterpreting native beliefs. Some believe it was inspired by monkeys or orangutans, whose eerie humanoid shape and movements unnerved early settlers. Evidence. In colonial records from the 16th century, missionaries wrote of local, forest demons, said to watch from trees and mimic human speech, possibly gibbons or other primates in the dense jungles. 8. The Cyclops, the one-eyed giant. Myth. In Homer's Odyssey, Cyclopes were one-eyed giants who lived in caves and herded sheep. They were brutish, primitive, and dangerous. Reality. Archaeologists suggest this myth may have been sparked by discoveries of mammoth skulls. To the untrained eye, the large central nasal cavity looked like a single eye socket. Evidence. Mammoth skulls have been found across the Mediterranean, including in Sicily, a region once believed to be the home of the Cyclops. Their enormous bones, misunderstood by ancient people, may have birthed the legend. So many of these creatures were born from shadows, stitched together with fear and fragments of truth. But what if some were never gone? Still lurking in swamps, skies, and seas, waiting. Tell us in the comments. If you could prove one mythical creature truly existed, which would it be? Because maybe, just maybe, it already does.